not really autonomy. And I think originally what the community wanted was a board of full autonomy over the police department. And that's not what it is at the moment.
Frustrations rising tonight from the Citizens Police Review Board. They feel their lack of members are keeping their hands tied, doing what they were meant to do, bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Ava Van Valen.
And I'm Channing Frampton. And this comes as the death of Tyre Nichols is at the center of additional calls for police reform across the country. The 29-year-old was killed after he was beaten by officers in Memphis. It was all caught on body camera video that was released on Friday. It is now bringing greater attention to the concerns of the use of force cases involving police. The city of Tallahassee formed a police review board in 2020 following officer-involved shootings in the city.
That's right. That board recently caught in controversy in a lawsuit following the dismissal and resignations of some of its members, leaving that 9-person committee now down to 4. And tonight, ABC 27's Gabriela Mercurio takes a closer look at the future of the board during a time when more people are asking for more oversight into how departments are run across the country.
Today I spoke to city leaders and community stakeholders on the future of the board and why a board like this one is so needed.
I wanted to get stronger. I want the politics to be removed, and I wanted it to be what it was supposed to be for, which is transparency, accountability, and like you said before, safety.
Mutaki Akbar is the president of the Tallahassee branch of the NAACP, one of the organizations that has the power to nominate a candidate to fill one of the 5 open positions on the Citizens Police Review Board. With calls for more police reform following the death of Tyre Nichols in Memphis, Akbar says this case is another reminder of why the Citizens Police Review Board in Tallahassee is so important.
I hope that the city officials will look at this situation, even though it's not in Tallahassee, but see, reason to have a strong board, to have that accountability and to have that transparency with the law enforcement.
Due to not being able to meet quorum, the board has not been able to meet since December, when 1 member was removed, 1 chose not to renew, and several others resigned, leaving 5 seats open.
I think the board has an option to help really lower this gun violence and policing and community policing. I don't think the issue is going to be resolved tomorrow, but I think it's a step.
Malik Gary is one of the remaining members. He believes the board, with the right people, can come together and make changes to bigger community problems.
I hope people come in with the mindset of let's do the work and not look at colorism or color itself, but real issues that everybody can benefit from.
When applications for those seats open again, Commissioner Jeremy Matlow is hopeful that the board can get back to what it was designed to do.
We all want the same thing, and that's public safety, and that's, to feel safe in your own neighborhood. But I mean, I think that public input is so paramount that people have somewhere they can go, somewhere that they can trust to make sure things are being looked at and done properly.
The Citizens Police Review Board meeting for February has been canceled. The board only needs a total of 5 members minimum to meet quorum for meetings to go ahead and resume. Live in Tallahassee, Gabriela Mercurio, ABC 27.